Stories are unexpected collisions. My name is Osademebi, and every week I usually tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. But what is life without a few curveballs that warrant a deviation from the norm? This particular curveball was instigated through an Instagram message from a writer outside my niche. He asked. I got inspired. I asked. She agreed. And so I decided to make an exception. Ever so often, I will bring you a short story, single episode or series, written by a non-Nigerian writer or author, and narrated by someone other than me. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, today's episode is part 1 of the story titled, I Met a Girl in Lagos. It was written by Bate-Epey Ebai Tarkang, and it's narrated by Etoro-Obong Ekong. Listen in tomorrow for part 2.
It was my first time in Lagos, and I was drowning. Sandwiched between the criminally hot sun above, the seemingly endless bustle of the city, and hard concrete burning into my soles. The momentary dawn of every frustration I felt broke me into a muttered, I'd never be back. Wait, what was that? Or rather, who? Damn. The perspiration caught in my eyelid wouldn't let me see, and when I tried wiping it off with the back of my hand, the salty liquid protested by burning my eyes, forcing a flood of tears. But for some uncanny reason, the stinging tear-filled mush brought her face into focus. Her hair was a mini fro like her stature, but it was ablaze in the fiery ember tint that was screaming at the sun. Her eyes were drawn to slits by a big smile, hardly any creases around the edges, but the bags under them were bunched up like pressed agege bread. Just before I wandered off in my head about her sleep cycle, her wide smile commanded my attention. This is what I had seen before. The big wide smile that felt like she was pulling whole planets into her orbit. Hey, I wasn't a planet. I stood no chance. Her lips were thin and lined with the most glossy, yet introverted lip balm. Parted, they revealed teeth that would put my dentist, any dentist, out of a job. Somi's Ginger Me Slowly was still blasting from my headphones. I just realized now, but not for too long. My Lagos muse was not getting away, but her brimming face was demanding more attention. Her forehead, big enough to fit a kiss, was reveling in the sun, dotted with spots of heat rash that made her beauty only more real, human. Her skin must have struck a deal with the sun because it wasn't glistening with sweat or scorched in the heat. It radiated a warm chocolate brown glow that reminded me of my favorite cup of coffee. The sun? Forgotten. Maybe I was overreacting after all. All I could see was her mouth, either uttering a lively mix of English and Yoruba, or split into a big laugh. All I could hear was the lingering words, Ginger me slowly. I had to see more. I had to know more. But Lagos, like Loki, had other plans. My fixation was broken by a crowd of sweaty men rushing me on their way to a bus. By the time I broke past them, my wallet was gone, and so was she. It was my first time in Lagos, but I could tell the city wasn't done with me, and neither was I. It could have everything. My composure, my wallet, even the salt from my body. But not her. I had to see her again. Yes, so ginger me slowly.
Bate-Epey Ebai Tarkang, also known as Beat, is a writer who resides in Cameroon. Whether through words, living, or just being, he is storytelling, always. He has a stash of poetry on Medium at Indigo Beat. Our narrator for this week was Etoro-Obong. She's a voiceover artist who resides in the UK. She has a flair for fine arts and fashion and likes to have meaningful conversations. You can connect with her on Instagram at life_with_Etoro. And for collaborations, send her an email at voiceetstudio@gmail.com. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osademebi.com or send me a message at osademebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.